Hi, YouTube. This is Naturally for Us. And this is my son, Yashar. And he has a YouTube channel too. But anywho, he wrote a book uh, about, okay, what's the name of it again?
Blind Dating Blind.
Blind Dating Blind. Okay, so I want to, I'm going to be interviewing him and he's going to be telling a little bit about his book. Okay, so, and I got to keep up with the time because we just did it and we got to do it.
Gotta do it again.
We got to do it again. Okay. Okay, so um, this is such a good subject because I'm noticing this is how a lot of young people are meeting their mates, right?
Online.
Online.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm asking him, okay, what is, okay, I remember when I was growing up, okay, I met my husband through like the state choir. And I used to sing in the state choir. And a young man that was in the state choir kind of introduced him because he had a party. Okay, and I went, and that's how I met my husband. Okay, so, but now the young people are dating online. Okay, and I want to know, how do you think that this is is this really good way of dating, or what is your how do you feel about it?
I just feel like it's another tool. It's another way for people to meet. And, it has its good points and it has its bad points. But, one good point, or one thing that I liked about it, was that you could meet people that you possibly wouldn't come across,
Yeah.
In real life. It's people, there could be people right around the corner from you that you never know.
Right.
Because, you guys miss each other, you don't run around in the same circles, or for
Right.
whatever reason, but it might be somebody that you're compatible with in a lot of different ways. So
Right.
that's a
You
good
see them
aspect. Yeah, but there's a lot of bad things, obviously, with the
Yeah.
internet, with identity theft and just the dangers of the fact that you don't know
Right.
a lot about another person, what they're hiding, who they are, that type of thing. So, it's just like anything else. There's some good points and bad points to everything that we do.
Yeah. Okay, so in the book, I want him to tell this story about, his first date. And this is in the book. So go ahead and tell that story.
Oh, yeah. Well, my very first date, internet date, was with a girl that I met. I drove out to meet her because obviously we talk, we have a brief conversation online, and normally it takes some time to converse back and forth and get comfortable enough with the person to give a phone number,
Right.
and then call and you talk to the person for a bit first before you actually meet in person. But this was my first one, and it moved rather quickly,
So
and
how
I
long
didn't
had
know.
you been talking to her?
Like 3-4 days,
3 or 4 days.
something like that. And we had already set up a date to meet in
Wow.
person. And this is new to me because this is like back in 2002. And internet dating in general was
Did you
pretty
see a
new
picture
back
of her?
then. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because everyone has a profile. If anybody's been on eHarmony or Match.com or any of those, you get a profile, and then you get some information about the person. Kind of set up like Facebook or whatever. If you look, you can see the picture
Yeah,
of them, and then you can
right.
go down and read and see what they're about, what they're talking about, that type of thing. So, so I knew a little bit about her, and then we talked, and we got to know a little bit more online, and then we wanted to meet in person. So I drove out to meet her, and here in Southern California area.
Right.
I'm in LA, and she was somewhere out towards Pomona or Riverside area, somewhere out there, which I had never been to at the time. So I drove out to meet her, and she wanted me to. She wanted to meet in front of her apartment complex, which was like, it was a gated community type thing. So I drove out there. It was like maybe an hour drive to get out there, and so I called her when I was out front, and so then she came driving out in her car, and she told me to get in. And so, me just being new, naive, stupid, or whatever you want to call it, I just jump in the car.
Okay.
And we go. And then she jumps on the freeway. And we just driving and driving and driving. And, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, where are we going? What are we doing? Because we hadn't talked about what we were going to do.
Okay.
And it's already, 10 o'clock at night.
Right. Okay.
And stuff is closed or closing. So I thought anyway.
Okay.
So we finally get off the freeway, and then we pull into the parking lot of this strip club. And me being the choir boy,
I know.
If
Just
you
the
want
church boy.
the church boy, I had never really been to clubs or bars or anything like that in a general sense, let alone using the internet
Right.
to meet people like that. So.
But you tell this part where you was talking about what? Because I like it when you said that you didn't know if she was going to take some of your body parts.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was because as we were driving, and we're on the freeway, and she's talking, and I'm thinking, just all these things are going on in my head, and I remembered a story about this man who woke up.
Yeah, I
in
remember
a
that
motel
too.
room.
Yeah.
He woke up in the bathtub.
Yeah, with ice.
Full of ice. And he woke up and he was like, naked. He in the bathtub full of ice. And
oh boy.
And he started, he felt numb. His body was numb, and so I think he called and I can't remember how the story went, but they had harvested. They took his kidneys. They took his kidney.
So that was going to.
And so that was like in my head. I'm like, this woman's taking me somewhere, and I don't know what's gonna happen to me or whatever. That's going on. But it's like you try to fight those. It's like
I know
everything's gonna be fine. Just relax. And so, of course, we finally got to our destination.
Okay.
We pull up in front of this strip club, and I thought she was like about to take me to a strip club. I'm like, how am I gonna get out of this? I'm like, I'm not.
She said a lap dance.
Into it. Well, yeah, there was. She offered. She was like, pay for a lap dance at the strip club, and I was like, what am I gonna say? How am I gonna get out of this? And she was like, she saw that I was like tripping, so she was like, I'm just playing with you.
Okay.
We're gonna go shoot some pool. And it was over in the corner, so we went, started shooting pool, and then she just, her conversation was all over the place. She was just a kind of a weird woman, actually, because we could not hold like just a straight conversation. It was like, what would happen if I did this? What would you do if I spanked you with this pool cue? And I'm like, what is wrong with her? I'm like, what? And then she just disappeared all of a sudden, and it was gone. And I'm like, did she leave? And then I went and checked outside to see if the car was still there. It was there.
Okay.
And then she popped up again and was like, I just had to go use the restroom. I'm like, dang, what's going on? And it was just.
Okay, I have to keep looking at my time.
It was.
Okay.
It was just crazy.
I
So
know, that's right.
it was like, needless to say, after that we didn't talk to each other anymore. She got me back to my car safely, and I was like,
good.
peace. I'm good. And I think she was good too, because she was like, he's boring or whatever. I'm like, she wanted, I don't know what she was looking for. It was like,
she wanted a freak, right?
yeah, I guess. I don't know. But that was my introduction to online dating, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, what kind of a ride am I in for doing this?
Oh boy.
Because that was just the first one, and believe it or not, it got crazier
Oh.
as we go along. That's why I was like, one day I was like, I'm gonna write a book about this stuff.
Okay, but I remember this time where these girls was calling you. Remember that time?
Yes.
Did you put that in the book?
No, that was before. That was even before the internet. So
Okay.
I don't know. It may find its way in because the book's not complete. I'm writing it as I go, and I'm putting it all on a blog.
Yeah.
So people can kind of read along as I progress through the different stories. So the book is coming, but the blog is up now, so you can read the stories as I put them up, and it's raw and it's real, and it's nothing's really edited yet. So it's just as I remember what happened, then I just type it up and I put it up on the website.
Okay,
So for people to read.
The name of it is what?
BlindDatingBlind.com.
Okay, but back in my day, and it's not that far back, but at least back in my day, a woman wasn't supposed to pursue the man.
Yeah.
Okay, so in internet dating and everything, how do you feel about the women that are, because you have some women, and I'm not knocking you guys because I don't know what's happening in the 2000s, come on now, but they getting all up on tables and they got they got their thongs on, hey, okay, and so and they are showing all of this to the man. How do you feel that the online dating and the women being able to show all of their body parts, boom, I'm just saying, is that good? If men going for that, would they marry somebody like that, or I don't know, what is it? How is that?
You said it right there. It's kind of like, if you seeing all of that,
yeah,
then why marry it? When it's like you showing, a guy might be like, I'm gonna see what I can get for free.
Okay. Yeah.
Before I purchase or plan to purchase anything, and that's another part of the internet. People really think that this is it's all about voyeurism and exhibition and just showing off stuff. But at the end of the day, you're either going to be with somebody or you're going to be alone.
Yeah.
And and that stuff is out, it's on the internet for everybody to see, and it never goes away.
No.
So I've seen my share of that stuff, and it's not something that I'm always thinking 15 moves ahead of the game. I'm like, if she's showing this to me or to whoever seeing it, then who's to say that if we got together that she's just gonna stop?
Yeah, that's true.
And be a normal. It's like when we in the mall and we doing something, and some guys, I see you.
I know you.
Yeah. So it's kind of like I always thought about stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm cool on that one. I'm cool on that one. Because it's just like I really tried to treat it like real life.
Yeah.
Because it is really that is a human being on the other end of that computer.
Right.
And so they have desires and dreams and agendas that they're trying to pursue. So is this somebody that you really want to hook up with? For long term, what their family's like, and how they will blend in with your family. Because for me, it was always about trying to find my mate.
There you go.
Trying to find my wife. Even though I was using modern technology to do it, it's still the same practice at the end of the day. Trying to meet somebody.
So this is Naturally for Us, and I want you to check out this book and tell the book.
BlindDatingBlind.com.
BlindDatingBlind.com.
The book's coming.
It's coming. and it's Blind Dating Blind.